So what do you got going on up there, Marshall?
All right, man, we've got a lot of bugs up here. The interesting part about bugs, and some people are very concerned when they go to start cleaning bugs, and they should be.
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, we've seen, you've seen, everybody's seen those spray marks where the bug cleaner has done something.
Oh yeah.
It's cleaned the bugs, but geez, what else has it done?
So this is like, what I call the pre-treat step. A lot of people are just going straight into rinsing the car, or they're going to throw their foam right on it. It's probably a decent way to do it, but this is kind of where you take and you pre-treat everything. So you have bug, I have TRX, let's say 4-to-1. One of the things on these Porsches that I like to do is you're not just dealing with bugs, you're dealing with a lot of dirt in this grill area. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take TRX and I'm gonna get back in to the grill. And again, this is a pre-treat step. So I pre-treated all the way down the rocker panels on the bottom there. We need a little extra clean. This thing needs some love, right? I mean, you agree with that. So anywhere dirt can hide.
What problems though can you have when you pre-treat a car, right? I mean,
Well,
why do you do this way?
Me personally, I like all the help I can get. I like the safest wash process I can. And so you have all these places where all this little dirt hides, grime hides. This car needs some love. It's one of the surprising things. You're looking at a $180,000 car, no front PPF, no real protection to speak of. So we got a pretty beat up car. And so as you're doing it, again, we're not doing this in direct sunlight, so we have time. I'm gonna go along the bottom, pre-treat the car, and we're gonna do kind of like a 2 foam bath here. Back here we got a aftermarket exhaust, so we're gonna go ahead and clean that up with TRX, but we got a Porsche hitch system here. I don't want that to look ugly, so I'm gonna go ahead and pre-treat that. Notice I'm pre-treating the very bottom stuff. This is where all the road film and all the different things are at. And so I think one of the most important things is to understand we're using a chemical to our advantage. So let me give everybody a tip here. We're gonna go ahead and take cleanse. Always give every chemical you ever pick up a shake. We're gonna go ahead and pour a couple ounces. One of the most important things is go ahead and put the water in first. I've made that mistake about 8,000 times. And then we're gonna go ahead, put a couple ounces in our bucket. But we have a little secret here today. We are not going to be using the 2-bucket method. Let me be very clear about something. I never saw an elite shop my whole entire career use the 2-bucket method. I know it's really popular now to say 2-bucket method's dead, blah, blah, blah. It's always been dead. 100% of the time it's been dead. I never went to an elite shop that was ever using the 2-bucket method. They may use it on film, but they're not using it in real life. So we're gonna take a couple Versatiles. We're gonna go ahead and fill up our bucket here, throw these in. Then we can do the all fun, go ahead and foam this baby up. That's always fun. Now we're gonna do 2 things here. Because we have such a dirty vehicle, one of the things I'm gonna do is we've already pre-treated with TRX and bug. Now we're just gonna go ahead and treat it with some cleanse, and we're gonna let the cleanse sit.
All right, Nick, I'm grabbing the washer.
Whoa, what's going on here? We're letting this soak. Plus we're not using the 2-bucket method. We're not using the 2-bucket method. Let's go ahead and put that away. Let's put that away. We're gonna let this soak. Remember, we pre-treated all this, okay? If I have an extremely well-maintained vehicle, I can go right into my wash process here. But we have bug on the front, we have TRX along the bottom. We have cleanse on top of it. I'm gonna go ahead and let this start to eat away at some of the dirt.
Good idea.
Okay? So one of the most important things here is assessing what's going on with the car you're working on.
Absolutely.
Far too many people just say, well, I have this one process. Well, you go on a road trip. I mean, we've all been on a road trip. You got thousands of bugs on the front. Maybe you don't get that if you're driving around town, things like that. Let's go ahead and put the wash mitt. Let's go ahead and put the wash mitt away. So one of the things, again, if you're outside, you're in the elements, maybe you can't let this rest as long. We're inside of a shop area. You can let this hang out, right? And you can kind of start to see it's breaking down stuff. You know, you still have that bug on the windshield, bug on the front. You got TRX on all the dirty parts. Just is the time to relax, right? This is a time to kind of hang out. And maybe get your bucket ready, your wash bucket, which we've already done. Here's what we have in our wash bucket, Marty. Again, I know it's popular today to say no 2-bucket method and 2-bucket method's dead. It's always been dead for people that know. Inside here, we have 2 Versatiles, and we'll walk you through the exact process here in a minute, but I think now it's time to get to the rinse. Let's go ahead and get this off of here. All right, so we got all the pre-treatment done. Okay, this seems like a lot, but remember, we had a neglected vehicle, right? That's one of the things that people don't understand is we assessed the vehicle, we had bugs all over the front, we had really dirty bottom bits. Now that we've rinsed it down, after letting cleanse kind of soak everything up, our wash process has almost 0% chance of marring, scratching, anything. So let's go into...
Hold on, because what is marring, right? People are gonna go, how does it do marring? You rinsed a lot.
Yeah.
Like I noticed, you put, this is why I think some people, you keep saying put soap, like you put a good amount of soap. Yeah. When it laid onto the car, I mean, it was thick.
Yeah.
It sat for a little bit and then you rinsed it off. I mean...
And again, that's not every time, right? If I have a perfectly maintained vehicle, I don't need to do that step.
Right.
We had bugs here. Yep. We had bugs all over the windshield. Okay. We had really dirty bottom parts. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of stuff going on. So we assessed the vehicle. Now, let's talk about a proper wash method.
Okay.
Marring is when you see little circular scratches or those straight line minor scratches. Anything that's kind of light is considered a marring situation. Anytime you touch your paint, you have a chance of marring it. The reason I've always hated the 2-bucket method, let's be very clear about something, is for one simple reason. Once I go one time and I go into that rinse bucket and put a dirty mitt, the water's already dirty.
Well, I'm gonna clean it, man. We've got one of those guard things that are in there. Yeah. We can just go in, it's just, you just start scraping away your mitt on that guard.
And that sounds great, but remember, now the dirt's floating around. I don't care if you have a grit guard.
Man, it sinks to the bottom. You're good. The grit guard, it takes care of everything.
Yeah, sure it does. So anyway, here's what we're gonna do, okay? So we got our soap in here, could be any one of our soaps. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fold this into 4s, okay? I now have 8 different sides to wash with. On most cars, you're only gonna need a couple towels. You could go 3 towels, we got 2 in here, okay? So this is the step I like to do. We're gonna go ahead and throw some foam on the car just for some extra lubrication. Okay, this is a very quick step. So now we just have a thin layer of soap on again. We're gonna go ahead and reach into our bucket. We're gonna fold this into 4s. Okay, I see a lot of sloppiness with this where people have their towel just all the way out. That's not what we're gonna do here. We're gonna do a really organized situation. We're gonna start at the hood. We have no pressure on the mitt or on the towel here. And we're gonna kind of go in straight motions and we're gonna get it. Now, that's one side. I'm gonna go ahead and flip over to the other side. And this is why we don't use the 2-bucket method, and never have, by the way, because this makes it really simple to never mar the paint, never go back into a bucket and make it dirty. So I've already used these 2 sides of the towel. Now I'm gonna flip to the new side, and we're gonna go to the top of the car. And what I like to do is reach those parts of the windshield that are tough to get. I'm gonna divide the roof in half, and you'll notice that this is real simple work. No pressure, and the good thing to do is kind of get the edge of this back spoiler. Now we've used 3 of the 4 sides that are gray. We flipped it over again. This is where this method makes it so there's no chance of marring the surface. We're not going back to a rinse bucket, making the water dirty. So we've done the hood, and now we finished the top of the vehicle. Here's a great way to not waste any sides, is go ahead and get the front windshield. You have no chance of scratching that. One of the things people often don't do is lift this up. Lift your windshield wiper up, get the cowling, get the whole glass. Okay, so now our hood, roof, front glass are done. I've used all 4 sides of this, so now we're gonna go to the yellow side. Notice I haven't gone back to the bucket because I have 8 sides to work with. So I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the sides to get this whole front bumper. All the little nooks and crannies in and around the light, especially these Porsche lights, you got this little lip. Go ahead and get in there. And this is why I like the Versatile, is I can get into all these little nooks and crannies, a lot easier than a wash pad or wash mitt. I do like using wash pads and wash mitts, but I'd probably have excessive amount of pads compared to most people in my bucket because I don't want to go back and dunk it at all. And the good thing is, with that pre-treatment we did, you know what we don't have? A bunch of bugs, a bunch of dirt that could even get caught in the wash. So we're gonna come over here, we're on a new side of the towel, straight motions. Once I finish at the bottom, that side's done. I'm never gonna let that hit the paint again. Flip to a new side. Let's go ahead and start at the top. Get your mirror. And we're gonna go down. Here's another way towel is kind of superior. And now I'm just gonna take really light, straight motions. Then I'm gonna get all the way at the bottom and I'm done. Imagine putting that into a rinse bucket and you're gonna tell me that your rinse bucket's clean. Never gonna happen. So now we got 2 more sides, 2 more clean sides. I'm gonna go ahead, work my way down the panel. Okay, I don't wanna go all the way to the bottom. That's the dirtiest part of the car. So let's get this. Now when I go to the bottom, this is the last time anything's gonna touch the paint on that side. Now we're on our final side. You gotta learn to cut it off. So I'm gonna go to the glass. I'm gonna get the whole panel, straight motions. Remember where your dirtiest part is. Now I can get into that crevice of the light. Now I'm gonna get this whole bottom. This towel is now done. Okay, so this isn't going back into my bucket. It's done. We're gonna go ahead and set it to the side. We're gonna grab our next towel. We're gonna go ahead, fold it in half as neatly as you can, fold it in half again. And now we're starting on the back. The back here has a lot of real estate up under there. So now, lift this up. Let's make sure we get that. Now the great thing is, we can do this whole back bumper and never reintroduce the dirt, okay? That side's done. Now, flip the towel. You know, on these Porsches, you got a lot of little cracks and crevices, and you've done this before, I think we all have, where you get out and this kind of area is still dirty. Get your towel up under there. Remember, once we go to the bottom, that side of the towel is done. So we've used these 2 sides, flip it to the new side. We're gonna go ahead and start this part of the process. And soon as we get to the bottom, we're done. So one of the things I want people to notice is I'm essentially per panel getting a completely new side. No chance of marring. By the way, our pre-treat got every bug, everything off of it. So now we go to the bottom, gonna go to a new, all the gray sides have been used. One of the things I like about our soap is the excessive lubrication, which limits the amount of marring that you can cause when doing a wash process. Oftentimes the number one thing overlooked. That side's done. Now, I'm gonna do one final thing, is I'm gonna get the lip of all 4 wheels. We've already kind of cleaned those in our wheel process, but I kind of like hitting them one last time since they are the dirtiest part of the car. None of these towels went back in the bucket. Imagine if that was back in your bucket. Look at all the dirt on this towel, on all the towels. You can't see it that well in the gray area, but one of the things I can tell you, if this goes into a rinse bucket, that's gonna be on your wash pad. It's gonna be on your wash media, whatever you use. That's why we don't put it back in the bucket, okay? That's the elite process, and it always has been the elite process. Let's go ahead and bore you to death with another rinse process. One of the other things I want to say during the rinse process is this is a great time, especially on Porsches, things like that. You got a little bit, soap can gather here. You've been blow drying and had the soap go everywhere. So during the rinse process, you want to get your nozzle down in here and get that stuff out of there. One of the things about rinsing is guys don't take enough care, I think, a lot of times. You know, when I'm teaching team members, whatever, I see it. This is the time, we're on our final rinse, get every crack and crevice the last time, right? You don't want all this soap hanging around door handles, side mirrors. You don't want it in the cracks of the windshield. So really take your time here. Again, we're this far along, you might as well just take a little extra time and get all the soap out of every crevice. Now we're gonna go spray coat, shake it up. You're gonna hear me say that every time. Now we're just giving a light mist. This is a spray and rinse product. Especially these hard hit areas, this is where you wanna make sure you get protection. You can already see it's starting to run off, okay? Get the lights. Notice I have it on a fine mist. We're just gonna go ahead, a couple sprays per panel. I love this on glass. We knew we were hit hard here with bugs, so this is just a walk. This is a breezy time, great way to add protection. Coated, uncoated vehicle. A quick mist, that's all I did. 1, 2, door's a little bigger. I'm moving the whole time. This is just being misted on the car. I really like hitting these bottom rockers really hard. Places that I know are gonna get a little bit more traffic. And I think this is one of those things, we knew we were hit with bugs here. Give nice spray on that part. Give us some extra protection for the next wash. So this is water activated, so we're gonna need to rinse the car. There's a coating on here, you would reinvigorate it with spray coat. Great top layer, great extra protection added. The greatest part about this though is if you have no protection on the car, especially as we got to the back end, we saw that the protection was a little light. We've gone ahead and added, and when you looked at that video, it's unbelievable what we have now after using spray coat for sure.